Hey, gymnastics moms, does your gymnast struggle from constant comparison? Always, not good enough because somebody else did better, or, just comparing herself and then not enjoying meet season, being on an emotional roller coaster because of it? Super common. Stay tuned for the rest of this video so that you can learn how to help your gymnast with this constant comparison. You're in Mindset for Moms, where we help gymnastics moms develop happy, healthy gymnasts who know how to win. This month in February, we are focused on how to enjoy the journey of meet season and how to get off the emotional roller coaster that it tends to bring. And one of the things that causes that emotional roller coaster is comparison. Now, the root of comparison is still what we talked about last week, the fear of what other people think about you, or the fear that you're not good enough. And so go back to that if you didn't watch that. But your gymnast tends to spend a lot of time focused on comparing herself to others. And then, like, if she's better or worse, makes her feel better or worse about herself. And one of the things that is so unique about gymnastics is it is very much an individual sport. And even the group dynamic, when you're like going for a team award, is still completely individual. You are out there on that piece of equipment by yourself. And another person's abilities don't affect your abilities. Like, in a team sport, it's like, well, if they don't pass the ball to you correctly, you might not be able to catch the ball. But in gymnastics, another person's abilities have nothing to do with whether or not you can do a skill. And so the idea of comparing is pretty useless because it doesn't do anything to do with how you can do a skill. But even more than that, when we are looking at success, when we are looking at goals, one of the things that we want to teach our kids is how to be intrinsically motivated. So, intrinsic motivation is motivation that comes from inside, not from external. So external motivation is either what somebody else might think, or like a goal or an accomplishment or something that is outside of me. I get to feel good if I do this thing or if this thing happens. But external motivation is not the best way to success because so many other things can derail it. What we want to teach our kids is how to be intrinsically motivated, how to be motivated internally, you know, be competing against themselves, be challenging themselves to grow, to be able to handle things better, to be able to not just get bigger skills, but to be able to hit those skills in meets and handle meets better, to be able to handle the things that happen in the ups and downs of meet season so that they can get the scores that they want, so that they can hit consistently. And so being intrinsically motivated means that I'm not comparing myself to something outside of me to determine how I'm doing. I'm comparing just inside. And so helping them know that comparison doesn't, it's not meaningful. Even when they're like, okay, well, I placed this and she placed this. And it's like, yeah, but under specific judge at a specific meet, with specific levels and specific routines, that doesn't mean it's going to be that way at all the next time. It might be other judges that, judging is subjective. And so under this judge, they might have done better. Under that judge, you might have done better. And neither one has anything to do with you. So being able to help them know that their journey is unique, that other gymnast scores, other gymnast abilities, other gymnast performances literally have nothing to do and no bearing on theirs. They have complete control. They get to decide how they do on their routines. That's it. Um, and so helping them focus that comparing is not going to help them, it's not going to help them actually get to their goals. And it feels terrible because either you're in the place where you're comparing up or comparing down. And when you're one up, you might feel good, but it still has that like kind of ick feeling to it. Like I only get to feel good because I'm better than her. And then comparing one down has a big ick feeling. And so it doesn't actually have that like wonderful feeling that's like happiness or pride or joy or satisfaction. All of those are like a good feeling. The I'm better than you feeling has like a good feeling and an ick feeling. I did my best. I won. I put everything out there and I won. It has an amazing feeling. But I only am proud that I won because I beat so and so tends to not feel nearly as lovely inside. And so being able to just help them know, like, you're going to feel better about life, about gymnastics when you stop comparing yourself to others. And you're going to go further in life when you're motivated by your own things and not by the things of anyone else around you, not by external circumstances. So same thing, always bringing it back to how do we show them this as parents? How do we model this? And so we model it through our own not comparing them to everybody else. When we're comparing them, they're going to be comparing them. So compare, and even that, they don't, gymnastics is not a linear thing. It's not like they're always going to get better. And so even comparing them to their last meet, it's a benchmark, but there's so many different things that can go on between different meets, different judges, different equipment, did she get enough rest? Did she have enough food fuel? Where was she at in her cycle? All these things can make a big difference from meet to meet. And so even that, like, just comparing isn't actually helpful. Just being able to focus on how did I do today? What can I learn from today? What can I be proud of today? And staying very in the present instead of staying focused on the past. All right. That is it for February. In March, we're going to be talking about how to crush that season goal, how to go even further and farther than she thought possible. So we will see you back for that.